Hello and welcome back to the channel. Right, first off, sorry if I sound a bit weird. I'm pretty full of cold, so it's that time of year. But today's model is, for you, the American P38 Lightning, twin-engined, high-altitude interceptor, come fighter of the World War II era. So, usual routine, it will be 60-second speed build, some pics, and then into the review. So let's crack on and build. So welcome back. Right, P38 Lightning. What do we think of this? Usual formats, instructions. It's a proper book. There is nothing in here other than just the instructions, which is about standard for Jie Star, and also about standard for Jie Star. The instructions are actually pretty good. I've got no complaints here at all. There are one or two places where you perhaps have to stop and think and scratch your head a little bit, but that's no different from really anybody else. And overall, the build process was quite painless. So these, yeah, not bad at all, can't complain about them. Nothing missing, no warpage, no discoloration. Now, why did I call this the title of this video that Design Matters? Well, because it does. The whole point of building a model of something that existed is that the thing that the model that you're building looks like the thing that it's based on. And this, yes, it has the basic shape. You have your twin boom, your twin engine. I'm knocking off I'm going to just take the fuel tanks off because they're annoying me. You have the right basic shape. But unfortunately, that's really about where the good things end. There is a general problem with planes and brick models, in that the medium that we're working in isn't necessarily best suited to creating a shape that needs to be sleek and aerodynamic to cut through the sky. Although some manufacturers do get around that, and Jie Star themselves, with their F117, that's the stealth fighter, or stealth bomber, whatever you want to call it, which would be is an incredibly difficult model to replicate, but my god, they gave it a really good shot and came very, very close to it. It's a really excellent model, which I would advise looking at. So I would have expected them to have done better with this. The air intakes on the booms are over exaggerated. The wings are very, very lumpy. The undercarriage is a bit more and delicate. The canopy could have been done so much better, as could the front nose of the plane. And, well, is there anything else that they did right? I quite like the way they did this whole section at the back here. Underneath, you do get the opportunity to completely retract your undercarriage, so, and with the front wheel, and you will need to do this with the front wheel after I open it up and then pop it in, so you can have it completely closed. The undercarriage covers are they're quite long, and they are only mounted on one hinge each, which does make them a little bit fragile. Now you can't then close them on the rear, but with the front, and you will need to do, if you're going to have this out and about, you will need to close that canopy there, because where these drop forward, that one drops back. So while you can stand it without closing that, if you do any movement either on the surface that this is mounted on or sat on, or even any wind passing it, will make it collapse. So that's the only way that you can get that. It still will collapse fairly easily, but it is a lot more stable that way if that's how you're going to mount it. The canopy does actually move, although on this one it's supposed to go down a little bit further, I think, than it actually does here. It won't quite crest the lip of the front of the canopy, which is a little bit of a shame, as it makes it a little step going on there. That'll round a bit come off, probably off of the undercarriage somewhere. So it does pain me to say that this really isn't that great at all. It's a little bit like that time when your kids come home from school when they're quite young, and they've burst in through the door and they're waving a bit of paper that they've drawn something on, and they're very, very proud of. And you look at it and you really can't make out what a lot of it actually is. This feels to me a little bit like that. It's let's say there's a little bit fragility here as well. You sort of goes with the territory, really. And one thing, these, and I assume that they are supposed to be extra fuel tanks. I mean, they go on absolutely fine. They're a little bit fragile. Oh, there we go. Something. Oh, fell off the undercarriage. Pop it to one side. However, there was nowhere or no way of getting this bit to be flush with the surface here, which seemed a little odd, because that's a relatively basic sort of thing. But there we go. And if they're bombs, I do apologise. I'm just nipping them off because they kept falling off earlier. So that's the P38 Lightning. Now, how much was this? This was $21.11. The Kobe one is almost exactly double the price. You should be able to pick it up for around the sort of £40 to £44 mark. As I say, it doesn't appear to be that much better. So I would, and in fact, if you hell-bent on getting a P38, I'm not sure that there is a model out there at the moment that really would satisfy that itch properly. I haven't really explored the mock versions of this. I have seen a few, none of which really made me think, woohoo, this is the one to get. So at the moment, I can't say that this or any of the other P38s is really going to do it for you, which is a bit of a shame, because iconic aircraft and apparently very good to fly, and quite unusual in that it was flown with a yoke rather than a joystick. But for the moment, I think the P38 will have to wait. This is not a model that I'm going to recommend to you, but I'm also not going to recommend any alternatives either, because I don't think they're that much better than it, even though the price does considerably go up. But there we go. It's the P38 Lightning from Jie Star. Hopefully you've liked this video. If you have, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you again. Take care. Bye bye.